Well, I'm delighted today to be speaking to Ralph Peake from the Energy and Sustainability Centre here on a glorious sunny day in Douglas in the Isle of Man. Welcome, Ralph.
Thank you very much, David, for inviting me here today. And as you say, it's a great day, isn't it? Really, sun is shining, fantastic day on the Isle of Man.
Great. So we're going to talk about some of the latest trends from sustainability and energy and the companies that you work with here in the Isle of Man. But it'd be great to hear a little bit more about your background and your passion for sustainability, how you got into this space.
Okay, thanks. So I ran my own business for 25 years. And we specialise in lighting and lighting energy efficiency. So that really gave me an insight as to how to actually save energy and then ultimately save money as well. I was lucky enough then to stand for the local parliament, be a member of the House of Keys and member of Tynwald. And that really gave me an insight then from the public sector side of things. And I served in the Treasury for 5 years. So that gave me an insight again as to how government works from an overview position. So I really feel now I've got some great insight into both sectors, private sector and public sector, and I'm trying to bring that together really. So we started this charity. We've been working together with Dr. Dave Quirk for about 4 years, but we really brought this charity together just over a year ago, and we attracted then some financial sponsors. So we got sponsors from Zurich International, as well as KPMG and the Peel Group holdings. So that really enabled us to get started, and we then worked on a white paper for the island on how the future can really deliver 100% renewable energy future and be a sustainable island. Because I was lucky enough to serve on the Climate Change Transformational Board, where I met Professor James Curran, and he wrote a very important paper for the Isle of Man government called the Impact Report. And that really identified that the island is blessed with all these natural resources. We've got an abundance of wind. We really have very good high numbers in solar. And if we can actually put that into generating renewable energy, the island then could be sustainable in a natural energy resource. And that's really what I've found now businesses want. Not only businesses who want to look after their own properties and save energy with renewable energy and save money, but also the international businesses. They really do see the Isle of Man being a perfect opportunity to work, but what they want to see is that renewable energy. And at the moment, we haven't got that to offer. We've only got a very small amount of renewable energy from a hydro scheme on the island. But what we really do need to now is get a grip of this renewable energy opportunity that the rest of the world is really taking on board. And we really need to work together, public and private sector, and deliver a renewable energy for the Isle of Man.
And so how do you specifically support companies? You know, companies might be a smaller company here, or as you say, a larger group wants to become more sustainable. Their customers are expecting it from them, or those customers are more interested in sustainability. What are some of the things you might help them with to help them improve their business?
Yeah, you're right. Even smaller companies, their customers are demanding their sustainability criteria. And so I do actually work with the Chamber of Commerce. I chair a group there called the Business Sustainability Group. And so we've got really good contact with small to medium-sized businesses here on the island, and we're able to get them how they can actually change their way that they actually do business and how they can save energy, but also how they can then look to their customers and how they can be more sustainable in the future. So certainly Chamber of Commerce is a good place to contact if the members would like to join that. If they're already members, they can then join our forum, Business Sustainability Forum, but they can also contact myself at the Energy Sustainability Centre, where we can then give them some direction. We can then see if they actually want to partner with us, how we can benefit them with actual advice, or if they just want some general advice for their staff, like a knowledge hub. We've got a knowledge hub on the website where we can actually give them information, how they can contact their customers, let them know what they're doing right.
Because many of the firms that are our members are professional services firms. They're not in heavy industry, but one thing they do is travel a lot. You know, or they look at the office space that they have. But I mean, on the travel side, do you see companies trying to implement either offsetting or preference to virtual meetings, where, you know, how are you seeing, as we come out of the pandemic and travel patterns were completely changed, what are companies doing where the carbon footprint and the travel is actually quite a significant part of their emissions profile?
You're right. Even for companies that are local and they're local facing, a lot of their CO2 output is from transportation arriving to work. But for those international companies, their carbon footprint's bigger. But what we have seen is the growth in Teams or Zoom. So there's a lot more of that, let's say, lower to middle level meetings being conducted on virtual, on Teams. But that face-to-face meeting does still need to happen. And as you know, it's having that real networking opportunity. It just brings things that you'd never even thought of. It sparks those meetings, it sparks that conversation that you wouldn't perhaps have got on the Teams or Zoom meeting. So it's still important, but what I see is the reduction in travel. So I think there's that balance, isn't it? And that sector is looking at how it can be carbon neutral. It's offsetting at the moment, but certainly going forward, it's looking at other fuels, how air and surface transport,